Angel is our toy poodle, and she has lived with chronic pancreatitis since her first acute attack in November of 2007. She'll turn 13 in October, and since she started on GastroM Plus, she acts more like a young pup than a 13-year-old dog. In this video, you'll see this for yourself. When Angel and I go for walks, it's usually her blazing the trail and me trying to keep up. Now, back in 2007, I honestly never thought that she would live to see this day. Her first attack was very bad. She was bleeding internally. She was throwing up blood, and she also had bloody stools. And the vet at the time used conventional methods. She ended up the next day having to have blood transfusions and all types of things. She was on IVs and in the hospital for 3 full days. And it was just extremely expensive. Back then it was about $2,200, and I'm sure it would be closer to, $3,000-4,000 today. But we learned from that experience, and the next time that she had an attack, we did some things to coat her stomach right away, and that attack ended up only costing us $500 to $600. Well, then we switched vets the next year when she had her third attack, and he prescribed a medication called Gastrofate. And this was even better at coating her stomach and used more natural ingredients. And it got it to where we could control her pancreatitis for about $55 a month, which is still quite a lot. It's, about $660 a year, but it's at least spread out over the entire year. Now, she went along really good until late in 2012. We noticed that she was starting to deteriorate, and she was having more bad days, and she'd be up at night, and I'd have to give her medicine during the night, things like that. So I kind of made the decision that we would, get her to one last summer so she could have one more summer, and then we'd probably have to put her down. And this was, I was thinking this in February, March. Well, when April came along, we were going on a trip, and Angel didn't have much medicine left, so I ordered her monthly supply a little bit early, and it didn't show up. The next week, I called, and they just said it was out of stock and wasn't going to be in stock for the foreseeable future. This was quite a shock to me because Angel had been on this medicine for 4 years, and she can't really skip a day. She starts to bleed internally. So I went online and did some research and started reading about different ways to achieve the same effect that this medication was doing. And I have a background in herbs and supplements and have sold them online and things like that in my past. So I did have a good knowledge base to start from. And I came upon a few different herbs that were good for dog stomachs. And one of them, called slippery elm, actually had a coating effect. So starting with that, I went to the health food store, picked up some supplements. I mixed up a concoction for Angel, and when I mixed it with water, I was surprised that the consistency of it turned out to be just, almost like the medicine she was on. So, needless to say, this was the beginning of GastroM Plus. And Angel has been doing really well ever since the first day she was on this. Her energy level is like when she was a pup. This is something that you're seeing right now. This is Angel's baby, and she used to love to chase this thing and play with it, and she honestly hasn't done that for several years. I would say at least 4 years. And after just a couple weeks on this product, her energy level was so high. She's so much more playful. She's social again. Everybody comments on how well Angel is doing. So if you have a dog that's under the weather, hasn't been feeling good, has stomach issues, pancreatitis, or anything chronic like that, make sure you check out GastroM Plus.